Ladies and gents, welcome. We've got a big playoff 3 here in Titans League Season 4. After the first round, both of these two legends, both these two players at least, they're feeling pretty good. Yo had 2 wins, but one of his losses was up against Dragonstar on evacuation when he was playing Celts against Dravidian. So very familiar start to the series here for Yo. But again, 2 wins after the first round. He's probably feeling pretty good about himself. But immediately under pressure here because Sebastian just feels so good these days. And he was amazing against Doubt. He destroyed Doubt 3-0. It didn't feel all that close. It felt inevitable at times. And we were just talking about it before. Oh, shoot. My chat isn't on screen. I did this because I was recording a YouTube video yesterday, and someone was in my Twitch chat asking where the stream was. And I had to remove it. So shout out to that guy. Okay. All right. Shoot, what was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about how good Sebastian was. Yeah. So we were just talking about preparation and motivation, right? We were talking about Viper, but the preparation and motivation is clearly there with Sebastian and his camp. So the other Fox players have looked pretty prepped and energized. And, this is a kid who's taken every opportunity that's come his way. He had a crazy 2024, and I expect big things. So we'll see if that can, that's a lot of praise. And we'll see if he's able to back that up with some wins here against Yo today. Sorry about the scuffed intro here, but it'll only get better, Like I told my fiance when we first met, I said, don't expect much. Okay, don't expect much, and then I'll slowly surprise you. Lower your expectations. Keep your expectations low. You'll have a really good time. Have your expectations be too high, you'll just be very disappointed. So there's a little bit of relationship advice, I guess. I didn't actually say that. That's a joke. Small thing here. Yo's scouting very early over here. So he's not scouting the middle at all. He scouts this side. And so this is like the standard area both players are going to have where there's berries and there's the boar. And so their scouts will encounter each other out here. Sebastian did the same. So they think they're both prioritizing trying to find some extra cows out here. Yo seems interested in fighting. Sebastian doesn't seem like he really wants to. It looks like the most recent capture age change made it so the elo for the players will even show in live games at the bottom right, which is a really nice change. Because that's something I would always have to manually add. If that helps, if that's there during low elo legends, for example, I don't even need to add it at the top. That could be super valuable. Doc is on the back. This comes as no surprise to everyone who watches evac. That'll happen. Yo has done the same. And now the threat of the Celts is Man-at-Arms. So I would expect that Man-at-Arms would be the decision here for Yo. But he may just be happy with the bonuses the Celts have with the wood chopping. It's still super smooth. Couple cows coming over towards the TC here for Sebastian. There's one coming over from Yo. He didn't end up finding that much. Destiny Coder, thanks for the 14 months. Yo, Hards, thank you. Or Huds, sorry. Thank you for the 13. Sleepy Twiggies, has been a long few years. Good to see you again, T90. What's up? Welcome. Good, crazy series here. But this group is really competitive. Now, they are getting one of the really hard opponents out of the way rather early, which I think adds a lot, but whoever loses here today will, be under a little bit more pressure. It's going to be a really tough group. I would say whoever wins this series is already off to a really hot start to potentially fight for that first place position. The other players in this group, like Leary, for example, looked lights out as well. I would have said Yo, Sebastian, and Leary would be the favorites here. So Sebastian scouting the front, and he'll see the barracks. So he knows the threat is coming, but you still got to confirm that. It's good to do that. Sometimes people will just assume. And Yo, now sending a group of Vills to the outside. Sebastian's already done that. And Yo, he knows his opponent is docked. I think he would expect his opponent to play into archers here. That's kind of the standard play Like, combining archers with some navy. The thing is like, Celts are just easier to play off this type of opening. But if you're able to play optimally, which means you just wall in everything, and I say just as if it's easy, then you should be able to get the archers out relatively quickly. You should be able to push this away. But these are Celt man-at-arms. They're super speedy, dude. You'll see them pick up speed here in a second. This is me before. This is me and the boys before coffee. Walking to coffee. And then this is me and the boys after we have our espresso. Let's go. Look at that. Gotta love it. So, walls coming up now from Sebastian. The wood lines are not great. So, very easy to overchop here. That actually stresses me out, just watching those militia there. But Sebastian's checking the wood in the trees, keeping an eye on things. Now, you could just tell Yo's scout went to the side. Yo is going to check to see if that wood line's there, and if it's being taken, and it is. But great defense from Sebastian so far. Range is up already. Dragonstar's in chat. What's up, Dragonstar? Dragonstar says, I'm getting deja vu. Yeah, this is the same matchup that Dragonstar played up against Yo. And Yo picked Celts third on his draft. So he played it before. And then he also prioritized the Sid pretty highly. And oh man, Sebastian getting some nice hits here on this scout. It's just very clean opening so far. Res collected still quite fine for Yo. And the man-at-arms are just... They're attracting a lot of attention right now. So Yo's able to do anything he pleases. Because these man-at-arms are just so tough for Sebastian to deal with. But he's done a really nice job. He's walled up this wood line. This wood line may overchop soon, but he's fine. He's got food underneath the TC. He's got archers. Man-at-arms are still frustrating to deal with. And now we've got fire galleys coming out. So just one dock for Sebastian. Defensive fire galley here. Also adds a fire galley here. The thing that Yo did gain from that first round is he could think what went wrong against Dragonstar. Right? He could say like, okay, so it's exact same matchup. Where did I go wrong? And I felt in that game he didn't really transition into his... Well, actually, his farm transition was very good, actually. I think he lost water control too fast. He cut some corners here. I don't know how else to say it. He drops a tower over here. This is good. This wood line's also good. And these man-at-arms are still, they still have some army chasing. This feels like a more competitive game than what we had seen between Dragonstar and Yo. This is a 50-50. So both, since it's fire ships, and the fire kind of lingers, both these ships should just go down. Ooh. 12-12 now. If Yo can get a last-second repair or hit here, he could save this. There's still this to look at. Those man-at-arms are still out there. Sebastian gets distracted. Sebastian loses his fire. What a great job from Yo. Yo also is bringing the skirmishers this way. So obviously he knows the archers are here. Ooh, and the man-at-arm gets a kill. See, now Sebastian's looking a little bit more human, isn't he? Hasn't been completely flawless. And Celts, eco, pretty good. Yo's going to stone already. Wow, so Yo's thinking about towers. That's something that he ended up doing last second against Dragonstar. But he's preemptively thinking about getting some towers down. What a roast. T90 saying Dragonstar's game was more competitive. That's not a roast. I was saying, like... Dude, your name is Cucumber Salad. What type of name is that? That's a roast. I wasn't roasting Dragonstar, okay? Don't try and ruin my friendship with Dragonstar. Dragonstar and I go way back, all right? He didn't feel roasted. Unless Dragonstar in chat says he feels roasted. Because if he says he feels roasted, then I will look bad. But I think we're fine. So kind of interesting, right? It's been a minute, but clearly the difference is Yo needs to think ahead with the towers. And he's got skirms protecting this. Maybe afraid that he was going to be attacked there. Sebastian's army actually comes in on this side, though. Dragonstar, don't say it. Don't give the chat power, okay? It'd be just like Dragonstar to troll me right now. Yo doesn't really have the towers where I would have expected them. And he also is losing his water now. So I thought he would maybe have a tower here. I thought he would have a tower here. He doesn't have either of that. He's towering the wood line. The skirms are around to protect. The tower will go up, but now Sebastian's just kind of surrounding Yo. And so I'd say just like a mild assessment of the situation. Yo he had skirms out here, and he's gone for 2 towers. I think he's probably wishing he would have had his skirms here, and that if he was towering the outside. But Sebastian didn't kill a lot. There's still the whole transition aspect of the eco we've got to think about, and then the castle age. But nice job from Sebastian. He's found some nice kills. He clicks up to castle age, guys. That's insane. And that's without the market at all. That's just good eco balance. That's crazy. Not easy to do at all on this map. There's so many different things to look at. He didn't even build a tower this game. So Yo, building all these towers, worried he's going to be harassed. And then Sebastian, just able to control the game nicely with military so far. Having said that, Yo does get a kill on the fire galley there. He does also have a roaming fire galley over here, which could maybe do something. And Yo needs to click up here. He has the buildings. He just needs to use the market, and he does click up behind this Vil. But guys, I'm just so impressed with Sebastian's ability to apply pressure and then transition. It's crazy strong. And this map looks 5 times easier to play than it really is. There's so many different factors you've got to respect and pay attention to. Until you play it, you really won't be able to pick up on it. You could tell Yo's kind of struggling a little bit with that, right? Felt like the tower was maybe needed elsewhere. Now his fire galley comes in, so he does finally find some value on the fish there. Sebastian's added a couple scouts. He's also got a couple archers. Look at how much food he has. And with the Dravidians, he's going to get extra wood as well. Mr. Yo cannot fish. Mr. Yo has a lot of idle time. And Sebastian, well, he is losing his fishing ships here. This is something that, with how good Sebastian's playing, I wouldn't have expected to happen. So neither player's really going to have the fish. But like we said, it's just the transition now, right? Second TC going up there for Sebastian. Good eco upgrades coming in. And now he looks to apply pressure. Again, Yo's playing his tower defense. There's always areas to hit regardless, right? He did tower this gold. But the crossbows could still range some of the farms. And still linger. So a lot of players, right? Even at the very top, they can do this, but it's at the cost of something else, right? It's at the expense of their eco. They miss some eco upgrades. They miss some farms. That's typically what you see. Sebastian's been able to keep everything together here very nicely. The thing I'll say is the crossbow army is not very large. And Sebastian wants to go siege push, which is great. But he's also trying to combine pressure around the sides. So if you are trying to loop around with your crossbows and you don't have an army with the siege, then things get cut off here. And so this could be risky. If he loses this crossbow group, the siege might not actually offer anything for him. So he's got to get back. And then, of course, it's Celt siege as well. This gets very dangerous. Knights also with their mobility can do a lot on this map, running around to different areas. So just 2 TCs for Sebastian. This could be a complicated situation for him to micro right now. Wheelbarrow's already in for Sebastian. Keep that in mind. Eco should be pretty efficient. There goes Yo. Yo is just going to dive here. And he wants his mangonel to get shots, and he will not get the shot because Sebastian lands a perfect shot. These skirms are just leftovers. They get eaten like the leftover pizza in my fridge. And I don't know why I thought of pizza. I'm such a fat ass. But that's just so good from Sebastian. Yo's Knights, they never really got the armor in, and you don't get bloodlines with Celt, so it's not an army that can compete against the crossbows right now. And now we see TC number 3 for Sebastian. Love this outpost as well. Very smart to just know if any pressure is coming this way, because things could be pretty exposed over here. He seems to sense that Yo is no longer here with the Knights, right? Because he's not seeing them anymore, so he should keep a lookout. Yo doesn't know that TC's going up. And Yo knows that there should be a target over here somewhere. Sebastian's TC complete. Sebastian has to wall in the wood line, and Yo's knights won't do too much. But it does make Sebastian work. I actually really like that from Yo. Yo's decision to counterattack with these knights is awesome. Because they were not going to have any value in the middle anymore. A second TC from Yo. Only 5 villagers behind. Snipes a villager there. Does lose the knights. Man, look at the idle TC time from both of these two guys. Think of everything they've had to do. We have 12 seconds for Yo. We have 9 seconds for Sebastian. And a crazy attack round from Yo. So good. I gotta say, I like how Yo has made it difficult for Sebastian to justify pushing through. He always has enough resistance. And with everything else going on, this could be tough for Sebastian to justify moving through. There's towers here. That's a reason you can't advance. There's Celt Siege anytime you move forward. That's a reason you can't advance. And other civs would make a knight here to snipe the Mangonel, but Dravidians can't do that. So we are seeing the weakness of Dravidians somewhat. Yo needs a big shot. Sebastian dives under it. And he's looking to advance through, but these are 2 Celt Mangonels. Sebastian! Sebastian! You're crazy, dude! He's absolutely crazy! Absolutely crazy that he was able to get out of there. It could have been so much worse for him. He did lose 2 crossbows, but he kills the Mangonel. The thing is, and now he eats his shot. The thing is, though, is like, this is still not a situation that you can reasonably advance into. I think you need to eventually switch out of crossbows. But it's Sebastian we're talking about. He's gone on stone now, so he might be planning about a castle at some point. And all these vills finish their gold. They've got to get out here. He does see this gold. He does also have this gold. And then Sebastian is hoping to outpost. But Yo is making a lot of knights now. Yo could kill that vill. Yo wants to go for a siege push. This is definitely within reach for Yo. Like, everything... When he played against Dragonstar, he was so much further behind to eco upgrades, knight numbers, and the siege push. I remember the siege push happened when he was like 50 vills behind. I like the outposting from Sebastian too. I think he really needs an outpost here to know what Yo is up to. He doesn't actually see this siege workshop. And he'll lose a lot of vision once the outpost goes down as well. Sebastian needs a castle soon. He probably doesn't need a castle at the starting area as much because he could see all this. He probably needs the castle to protect this TC. And here comes the siege from Yo. Rolling siege from the starting area, and now also adding more. Yeah, this is exactly where Celts want to be. And Yo may also castle drop as well. So Sebastian's got a massive eco lead, but what units is he making right now? Units that are vulnerable against siege and +2 knights. Yo actually kills the boar with his knights. And oh god, we have a castle now from Sebastian. Guys, there's siege here from Yo. This is going to get more difficult. Quick walls from Sebastian as his crossbows arrive. Yo cannot let that castle go up. He has to deny this. If he denies it, this is going to be a great spot for him. And Sebastian actually deletes the foundation. Sebastian's under so much pressure. His crossbows actually stood over the foundation. But Yo's got 2 mangonels here. It's about to be 3. I don't know if this castle can go up. Sebastian's going to have to go in and out of the TC with his crossbows, I think. Or convert a knight. Converting a knight could help. He converts a knight. Oh, what a huge conversion. He probably won't kill the siege because Yo can repair, but it gives Sebastian just a little bit more time. Sebastian is now layering stone walls on the right, so Yo can't move around. Yo's knights, I don't think they knew about the stone wall there. Yeah, so he clearly just clicked through and his knight's path towards the castle. Nice job from Sebastian to back that castle up. That could have been... A lot of players don't want to do that there. Oh, God! Oh, God! And now Yo is coming for a castle here, and Sebastian's building another one. And so Yo will aim to build his own castle right beyond this. Nice pressure here from Yo, but nice defense from Sebastian to put a stop to any of this pressure. He's got 2 relics right now. Still has a 20 villager lead. Imp would be huge right now for Sebastian, because then he could treb down this castle. And he clicks up. He's a cheat code, dude. Like, he's so good. He's so good. Like, it's amazing. Like, and somehow Sebastian seems to be getting better every single time I see him. It's incredible, dude. Yo, though, still has a very good opportunity to push here. This TC still is something that could go down. Now, they both see each other because they both have outposts. Only one player is Celts, though. There's still a lot of crossbows out there for Sebastian, but he can't use them until they're upgraded, really. And he looks to hit the shots. Yo, I think, just gets fortunate there to not lose in the first wave. And did we just see a teleport? Can you please remind me? I'm pretty sure I just saw a unit teleport there. I was in the corner of my eye. Yo, maybe thinking that he could dive in to snipe the mangonels. But he can't do that because the crossbows are around. Then he would be correct. The crossbows are around now. Yo's killed 15 eco this game. Yo's resources are looking very good for Imp. Another big shot from Sebastian. And this is getting to the point where if Sebastian can make good army... can upgrade his army... Yo can't really make valuable army for the situation we're in. Here, Yo could have a very tough time keeping this castle alive. And here, Yo could have a really tough time fighting up against these crossbows if these crossbows just get upgraded. Crossbows stay alive first. Again, normal players, these crossbows just couldn't have been a factor in this game. Yo would have a little bit more time to cook. I like the fact that Yo's starting to get whatever golden relics he can from the middle area. I liked how many TCs Yo is on, as Sebastian trades 1 for 1. I love how both are just tossing outposts up all the time. It's like they'll lose an outpost and they're dropping a new outpost. It's the great outpost wars. Sebastian hits him. The first thing he'll do is make a treb. Here, Yo will look to snipe that mangonel. Sebastian dropped a gate to almost save that, which is crazy. But he really needs his crossbow micro to be on point. Bracer's on the way now. Yo, a minute away from Imp. I'm concerned for Yo because the best unit he could make here would probably be, like, Onager. But there's still probably a 2-minute window where these crossbows could advance out. Now, he could still land some big shots. He is Celts. He does see this coming in as well, which helps. But if Sebastian's micro's on point and he's able to advance through here, like, this gap needs to be walled. If Sebastian can actually push right now, Yo could have some big problems with his economy. He needs to get to Onager here. He also needs to get to Wodes. That's the other option. But you need castles for that. And so Sebastian snipes one of the mangonels. Sebastian will definitely snipe the other. Bracer's in now, so just that range difference makes all the difference. Yep, mangonel goes down. Sebastian can advance. Here, Sebastian's got trebs and crossbows to protect, so Yo can't snipe the trebs, which you know Yo would try and do. And Sebastian will drop a castle. 175 population for Sebastian, as Yo looks to hold on with another castle here. But this game is way more realistic for Yo to come back in than that game he played against Dragonstar. And Sebastian still doesn't have Arbalest. So this army's kind of weak. And the army's going to get here, and the army's just going to run into a castle. So, I don't know. Sebastian's taking some risks here. He really wanted to dive through there, but he saw the Scorpions, he saw the TC, and he saw the castle, so he backs away. Yo is sinking a great deal of his stone into trying to keep this castle up. So this means he'll be very far from a third castle, which Sebastian already has. He does have full imp armor on the Woad Raiders that are in there, but there's still only 6 of them. And if Sebastian hangs around, just in case those units pop out, I don't think a treb will go down. He now has Arbalest. He now has trebs on the way. We may also see bombard cannons. And Sebastian keeping a close eye on this. He'll notice it. He's even adding some armored elephants now. And so Yo loses the castle. His trebs will go down. And Yo is already being trebbed on this side as well. It's just the timing is so smooth right now from Sebastian with all these attacks. Heavy Scorpion on the way for Yo. I like that play. I mean, what else are you going to do with Celts? You need infantry? That can't work now because you lost your castle. So you need the siege otherwise. You would need Fear Celtica, you would need Siege Engineers, you need a lot more Siege Workshops, and a lot more Scorpions. Just the timing is there for Sebastian. And he's not giving Yo any time to get those additional upgrades. He's forcing Yo's hand. Yo has to take engagements, and Sebastian already has a bombard cannon here prepared to hit those Scorpions. Sebastian will back up for a second. Worried to lose his Trebs, but they'll survive. And it's just perfect play from Sebastian, guys. He's the real deal. Bills will come forward. Yo's losing his town center over here. He'll start to lose all of his buildings. There will be a castle from Sebastian here, I'm sure of it. And Sebastian took down Yo's castle. And he's starting to chip away at these siege workshops, too. This is such a bad feeling. Like, you need these siege workshops producing all the time. And the fact that you're spending so much time rebuilding them is so painful here. And the micro there from Sebastian away from the Scorpion's insane. And the Trebs, the Elephant, everything. Just so free to massacre all of this economy. To disrupt things constantly. Now, there is a point where things get kind of dicey against lots of Scorpions if you're Dravidians. Because you need bombard cannons as the key, but you need, like, arbs to protect the bombard cannons. So that right there is why the Scorpions can work really well. Yo cleared up the group of arbs. The Woads now, they're not even elite, and they can snipe some Trebs. But this is the problem. I was going to say Yo's economy isn't going to be good enough. I'm inclined to agree. But he does have 140 villas right now. He's going to lose 30 of them. He's also going to lose his houses, all of his buildings. Sebastian is building yet another castle. And he's preparing a champion switch. Yeah, these villas are dead. Also, I love this. Yo probably won't evacuate, but stacking demos on this crossing is so good. Because you know it's likely that things are going to go across there, whether it be Scorpions or whether it be villagers. That's a really smart play. There goes Yo. Yo is evacuating the wrong direction. But, I mean, it's the safest direction for him to run, I guess. Sebastian about to be 4-0 in Titans League Season 4, guys. How many people watching right now with the show of ones in chat remember the Sebastian Viper series from Season 2? It was Sebastian's first time in Platinum. Okay. And he ended up getting relegated that season. But he was really close to beating Viper in multiple games. And it was just like a defining moment. He was like 21 years old. And it just felt like with a couple tweaks to his game, he would have won some of those games and he would have stayed alive that season. Ultimately, he got relegated. He went down to gold, and then he improved massively. Won his group in gold that had Nikov and Hart in it, by the way. And now he's back in plat, and he's playing like a god. I mean, what more can you suggest? Every upgrade that you would need is either on the way in or already in. It's just perfect, man. It's just so good. I think evacuation is a great map for him, especially against Yo. There's so many multitasking aspects. He seems to really like this. And from Yo's perspective, it's been a solid game. Against most players, he's going to have a little bit more time. And with that time, he's going to do the right things, but he just never really had the time. Yo, getting Elite Woad Raider now. He doesn't have a single Woad Raider. This is like... This is not a great spot to be in. Elite Woad Raider into GG. My favorite Celt strategy is what Yo opts for here. Yeah, I just could not keep up. I was so smooth, guys. I mean, early Castle Age, Sebastian had a nice eco lead. There was definitely moments where you're thinking about it and you're like, okay, Yo's just a little bit behind. And with one big shot, one big moment with the Celt Siege and maybe the raiding with the Knights, it would put Sebastian behind, it would frazzle him, and then Sebastian wouldn't be able to have that smooth transition into Imp. The thing is Sebastian never ate a big shot from the Celt Siege. He defended his TC on the front with that castle when things got stressful. He just played super strong. Now, people want to see the teleport. I could look for the teleport. I swear there was a teleport here. Is this the moment? Yeah, this is the moment. I think there was a teleport. Let's see. Where? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you see that? So, Yo's Mangonel fires onto the TC and just goes whoop and just moves back. Thanks, DE. There were patches where that was way worse. I guess I got to report that one. But anywho, great game from Sebastian. Super smooth. He was even able to beat the teleport. KD was relatively even, but the economy, man, was so good. The thing we didn't even see from Sebastian, I'm pretty sure he had fully teched into champion behind that, which typically takes a lot of time. So if Woad Raiders started to come out and if Woad Raiders were a danger, he would have had champions prepped as well with great techs. So now Yo only 2 wins after 4 games. Sebastian 4 wins after 4 games, looking like the king of the group right now. And we'll move on to Yo's home map. Here we are. Game number 2. This should be the comfort zone for Yo, and Yo did win with Byzantines on this map when he played up against Dragonstar. I think that was Byzantines Italians. Here, though, Sebastian's gone for the Saracens, which is an interesting pick, right? Because you have limited gold on this map, but the Saracens, they're able to get by with a little bit more, without as much gold because they can sell from that market. Now, interesting that Sebastian started off chopping the straggler trees. We might have a bit of a new build here. I'm not sure exactly what the play was there. Just got a little bit more wood. You do take a deer right away, so I guess he didn't take a single buffalo. So essentially what this did is this means he is faster to the lumber camp and also faster to the dock. You don't need to have 6 on food anymore. So, interesting stuff. Saracens could go galleys. Saracens have, like, great galleons. They also have, like, a really versatile late game. But Byzantines are absolutely insane and probably have the best late game there is. So, I consider this to be pretty close. Now, we're still working on it. It's actually quite hard because of how wood lines generate on this map. Because basically, if there's a wood line, a relic can't generate there, right? And you're noticing the relics are not as evenly balanced as you might like. There's a relic over here. There's a relic over here. And there's like 5 relics on the right side. So they're not uneven in terms of like who has access to them, but they're just a little imbalanced in terms of the positioning. So that's notable. But if you don't have access to gold, you're just screwed, regardless of how many relics you have, honestly. So we'll see how things end up panning out. But last time Yo played this, he went Fast Castle. And then Sebastian, I don't think, played this in his first round. So we'll see if Sebastian wants to go for the galley approach. You, of course, do have the sea tower. We established how the ladders work on the sea tower already. I thought that, like, this ladder was on the backside and, like, some idiot had to, like, jump to grab it. But no, I'm stupid. You go up this little path. You climb this ladder, you walk across the platform, and then you use the other ladder to get to the top of the sea tower. So that, just for anyone that's wondering, that's how that would work. And sea tower fires 3 projectiles. So it's quite strong against feudal age navy. So I can actually tell you, though, the fact that Sebastian is building this dock here tells me he is most likely going to go fast feudal. Because, I mean, it's either that or this is just a bad dock. Because if you're just going to be on one dock, you would probably want to be underneath the sea tower. So I think he's going to fish the fish that are not safe first. And then when he builds his second dock, he will have access to those fish underneath the tower. And then based on Yo's dock positioning, I'm assuming he will go fast castle just because it's all safe. And also Yo did this before. But the thing is, Sebastian could see that he did it before, and he could maybe somehow adapt to it. But we'll see. Aricio, thank you for the 13 months. There's another month of delights. Subbed for Hidden Cup 5. Now it's TTL. What a year, T90 Pog. Yo, thank you. Yeah, man, I mean, TTL's been so good. Someone just asked a question, like, do we feel like we've entered that next generation of Age of Empires 2? I think... I said last week, I think we're like pretty clearly turning a bit of a page. We've got, in Gold League, we've got younger players who've had potential for a while really starting to step up. Many of them may make Platinum. Sebastian's maybe the biggest example of like a player who took some time to get there, younger, energized, motivated, and taking advantage of every opportunity. You could even take it a little bit further and like, I mean, he's maybe not going to love this narrative, but like, you know, Viper coming in saying like, oh, I'll train if I lose to Heart or something, you know, clearly not quite in tip-top shape. And then Dark, who's what, 20 years old, going to town, beating Viper 2-1 first round. I mean, there was a time where top players would just get by and get the wins anyways, you know? And right now, I'm not saying I expect a big change in the overall pecking order necessarily, but it's clear. At least in Platinum, be ready or get punished. And we've seen that in Gold as well. So I think it's really good for the scene. I think it's really good. So there's like a longer conversation to be had on that. But yeah, I agree. It's definitely a bit of a turning of a page. Cool to see people taking advantage of it. And listen, like, how many people here with the ones in chat remember how pissed I was with like Lix's performance previous Titans League season? I was so angry because like, I mean, I don't know if I displayed anger as much as frustration, but it was an example of a player who made it and like wasn't prepped, wasn't ready. And I think he went 0-15 in Plat, right? That's not happening now. Like, you just won't survive in the format because the level across the whole top 50 is so high. So if you're not ready even in Gold, like, you can look at Gold right now and look at Miguel and Say My Name, for example. They're at the bottom of their groups. Whereas before, maybe they would have been all right. They would have hung around. Things would have been good. So there's definitely some rising stars. Okay, now, specifically what we're seeing here. Nice job from Yo. His TC got some hits there. Yo's full wall. Yo is fast castling here. And last time he went barrack, stable, adapted. He basically went scouts for map control for relics. And then he went fast fires to kill the fish. Now, when Dragonstar played this, he went 4 galleys, and then he added fish. Sebastian is going 2 galleys and now adding fish. And it took Dragonstar a very long time to even kill any fish at all. So he invested way more into the attack before buffing his eco, basically. I think Sebastian is going to bait this tower as hard as he can, and he's going to try and kill these fish right away. Let's see. Well, actually, Yo can't take that fish. Or you could just do this. Yeah, like, Yo, if he wants to fish, has to go into galley range. And so Sebastian's just like, go ahead, try it. I'm not going to take the risk against your sea tower at all. The scout will come through. Sea tower hit the scout. That was really good for Yo. But I also like this from Yo. Like, sure, you can fish with them right now, but you're never going to be able to fish with them if you lose them. So the idea is he'll be patient and he'll make some fire galleys to push out soon. And from Sebastian's perspective, he now has gained a bit of an eco lead with the fish. And he now needs to make it to Castle Age. That'll be the key for him. I also think it's key for him to save this scout. If you are going to make a monastery at some point, you can heal it up. Having to add a barracks and having to add a stable just to get another scout in the field is a really big investment. So we are at that level now where just losing that scout just puts you 300 or 400 resources behind, right? So I like the opening from Yo. This is the more typical opening from what I remember seeing in the past. I like the opening from Sebastian as well, though. And look at this uptime from Sebastian. Now, I watched the Yo Dragonstar games. Sebastian, I guarantee you, watched those games. He isn't just like blindly going into this. And Yo so far has played the exact same maps and the exact same civilizations, right? So like Celts, game 1, evacuation, he did before. Byzantines here, he did before. He's a creature of habit. And so now Sebastian can basically compare. He could look at what Dragonstar did and didn't do and make an assessment. That's at least the way I'm thinking about it. And try and fine-tune the approach a little bit. Walls coming up on the backside. And walls coming up over here. So Yo could run through here, technically. But what are you really going to do back there? So Sebastian now sees that Yo is going for 2 docks. Yo is adding the fires. And Yo is probably going to go War Galley because that's what Yo did before. Yo, we just had our first death of the game there. Yo lost a fishing ship. So this gets a little bit tricky for the next 2 minutes for Sebastian. This is where Yo's whole build shines. Faster to War Galley means that his ships will be upgraded. But Sebastian doesn't seem too scared of them. He recognized that Yo didn't really have the numbers that he had to respect. This is nice from him. He'll snipe these fishing ships. So Yo won't have any fishing eco to speak of. Yo's upgrades will come in, though. And so Yo should be able to slice up these fishing ships pretty quickly. The sea tower and some fire galleys will be here from Sebastian. Yo kills 2. Yo kills 3. Yo kills 4 fishing ships. Make it 5. So really nice value here from Yo. But there are still 5 fishing ships for Sebastian. And Sebastian's getting War Galley now. Ooh, wow. Look at that TC from Yo. Yo's walked all the way over here. And Yo's also attacking the blacksmith over here. So he's showing that he has scouts. Well, Agro Jordan, Silver Samus, thank you guys for the primes. What's up? What's up? Thank you. That's sick. Also, what's up, Kai? Welcome back. Thank you, Kai, for 3 years. 3 freaking years, Kai. Thank you, man. Yo will try to still snipe the occasional fishing ship, but I think this has now reached a point where he doesn't want to invest that much more into water. This is now a losing battle. So if it's a losing battle and you snipe a couple more fish, that's obviously huge. Yeah, that's really nice value. That'll be frustrating for Sebastian. Now, where's Sebastian's scout? Okay, so Sebastian's scout is just chilling. So I wonder if he'll heal that up. Oh my god, he actually saw the TC. Wow, that's crazy. He spotted that foundation. So he knows Yo is TC'd there, which I would not have expected him to notice that. So Yo's like, basically, I don't know how many basketball fans are here, but like, he's like boxing out the gold area right now. Right? Like, he's like gaining the position, and he's blocking the opponent from being able to enter here. This TC's like, I don't know, like prime Shaquille O'Neal. Like, you are not going to get your own TC up on the other side of that. You just won't. What you need is you need a castle or a siege push or something to take care of that. Navy's still patrolling around from Sebastian. And Sebastian knows, obviously, Yo's over there. And so now he drops a TC over here. Super clean eco from both. 1,500 more res collected from Sebastian. I do think the res collected stat is a little bit deceiving in some ways because the Saracen player is also selling stuff. And the rates are good, but it's not like... I actually forget. I have to speak to Capture Age about how that translates into the resources collected here. Like, if you sell resources, I don't think it subtracts from res collected and, like, figures out the difference. This Navy control will be really helpful long-term here from the shoreline. Like, once the sea tower is down, the stables, the barracks, everything starts to get ranged. Yo just wants to snipe fish. And this will go late. T90 thinks boxing is part of basketball? Okay. I said boxing out. Nice snipe there from Yo. Like, Yo's losing water, but he's still getting what he wants. He still has decent map control. The thing that's kind of wild, though, is that Yo didn't build the monastery at home, which I'm noticing a lot from players. I personally am more of a monastery at home type of player, but if they're doing it on the sides, there must be good reasons for it. Sebastian has relics all around. And, oh, wow, Yo's going for a siege push now. That's interesting. I like this because this kind of delays the imp times a little bit, delays the castle age, and it gives you some momentum if you're Yo. He needs some momentum. That's something he's losing right now on water. Also, this is not a bad position for Yo to push because he doesn't know Sebastian's on the other gold, right? So that's 2 tiles of the starting 4-tile gold that is under Yo's control. Sea tower will get shot down. And then the dock will probably inevitably go down as well here for Yo. We might see him eject to the side and run out to try and snipe fish. But Sebastian hasn't even really been fishing. The thing that's been a little bit surprising from Yo is how he has not been active with his scouts at all. Like, the scouts were attacking the blacksmith. Now they're just attacking the house. So, no scout presence on the other side's kind of surprising. Just to know what's over there. I do like the outpost, though. So he at least knows that there's going to be siege from Sebastian. But he's set up pretty nicely for this for the time being. Yeah, this Navy could actually... Can this Navy hit this TC? I think it might be able to. Sebastian now building an outpost of his own. Yo just lost his outpost, so he doesn't have the vision. And Yo might look to dive in here with the scouts. The scouts could actually take out that mangonel. There's no, like, spearmen or anything around. But an attack round from Sebastian could be enough, and Yo knows it. Wow, I don't think Sebastian's thinking about it, but, dude, if he could actually range any of this with the Navy, that could be massive here. I like taking out the outposts. It actually makes it so difficult for the opponent to find their shots then. And Yo just keeps building more outposts. It's not like you even need a forward outpost with Byzantines. You could still see so far. This is also a great call. Sebastian has done a similar thing, so his outpost could see the outposts. And wow, look at that. Sebastian is building a castle here, respecting this siege push. That's what the siege push accomplishes. This is a good siege push already, as far as I'm concerned. Yo will see that and be like, oh, okay, so he might not castle his gold then. That could be really good. Old man dodges boats. Old man dies. Could have survived, but he got too lazy there. Sebastian kills the monk with his scout. Loses the scout. And now we're going to see some Mamelukes from Sebastian. Okay. I mean, 2 Mamelukes here and all of this dies. Oh, and Yo's siege push is kind of falling off anyways. Maybe just 1 Mameluke's enough now. There's no monk here anymore for Yo. Maybe there will be one. There is one. And Yo clicks up to imp. Sebastian will have 3 relics for now. Might be a 4th. Sebastian still hasn't clicked up. Sebastian has 11 villagers in queue. And Sebastian is going to castle drop Yo right now. He has very few vills on gold. Very little. Like, he's bringing all of his gold villagers forward. Yo is dropping docks to reclaim water. Man, if Sebastian loses this game, he might look back at not keeping an eye on this is the issue. This is what Yo wanted. I'm liking Yo's setup. 2 TCs on the gold, can come back on the water, but he's going to be castle dropped. Now, if Yo can get enough stone to build a castle here defensively, then he could make some trebs to take care of this. But this takes him off of gold, this takes him off of stone, and he doesn't have a castle yet. And actually, a castle there means that he won't really be able to build a forward castle to pressure Sebastian either. Very interesting. I think Sebastian is going to be a little surprised by Yo's imp time. But if you see Yo's score so low, I think you should pick up on that. Yo will probably lose his TC, though. And Yo has to respect. Mamelukes could run into his eco. That could be a big problem. He's got nothing there. Look at Sebastian's food eco compared to Yo. Look at these farms, dude. 40 on food. Uses the market. Clicks up to imp. And, the big thing now for Sebastian is really his left-hand side. Also, like the house walling, he's actually walled completely to the dock for a proper dock block. This needs to be walled, probably. Sebastian does not see this. But it is only 2 docks. Yo's, I think, main focus is going to be trebbing this back. And Yo reaches imp. Pretty close game. We just missed Mangonels and Mamelukes actually made their way over here. I think they wandered through the middle. So found some nice Vil snipes. Also some nice harassment on Yo. Great value from just a couple units. The TC's over here. Yo still got a Vil over here too. Who knows if Yo will build something sneaky. Yo clicks fast fire now. But Sebastian clearly is not giving up on water here. He's producing more war galleys now. But But he still doesn't see this. So Yo is waiting until he gets a critical mass. It's good for Yo that he's still producing. Sorry, it's good for Sebastian he's still producing because he needs the numbers. And there we go. Yo realizes he's spotted. And Yo knows that there's really no better time to try and reclaim water than now if he's just been spotted. This will be tough for Sebastian. With a couple properly landed demos, this could be good. But this is a tough minute for him now. And this is where Yo is really starting to cook. Yo's got Trebs already to take this castle down. There's not much Sebastian can do about that. Sebastian's production is coming from over here, which could be hit by the fast fires. Sebastian doesn't have ballistics yet. Sebastian still has to respect the land aspect of this game. And he doesn't really have a great castle setup compared to Yo. Yo will definitely take the... Oh! Yo just lost one of his Trebs to the mangonels, actually. Oh, man, if Yo loses this next Treb... No way, dude. It's one hit. It's one more mango hit away from going down. I think the mango could do it. The castle hit the last one, but one more shot. Oh, no way! That just happened! Man, that's frustrating for Yo. Because in his mind, that's already done. That's already dealt with. That's really tough for him. The rest of the game's going great, though. It will get tougher over time here as the galleon upgrade comes in, but Sebastian's still missing some stuff. Again, I'm rather surprised he just doesn't have a lot of gold saturation over here. He does have chemistry on the way, so soon he could make some bombard cannons to continue to pressure this side. Kind of waiting. It feels like a good time for Yo to try a push over here, but he doesn't feel fully prepared for that. And how important is it going to be that Sebastian is missing ballistics? No ballistics on these galleons is so painful. Look at the stone counts as well. Both players have crazy amounts of stone. Sebastian and Yo, very similar. Res Collected's close. KD is pretty close. This could be a very long one, guys. This game could easily pass the hour mark. Yo repairing, but he's Byzantines, right? So, in a castle war, this is going to be way better for him. A bombard cannon's on the way for Sebastian, though. So, if Yo doesn't have his own bombard cannons, which I'm not seeing right now, this could be a problem. Yo doesn't have chemistry yet, but Yo takes out the castle. Ballistics will be in. There's even a drama now here from Yo. Heavy demo is now on the way for Sebastian. He falls back with a more defensive castle. He is to micro against this while also keeping his Trebs alive, and he just can't do it. Yo's Dramans are here to snipe the Trebs. He has heavy camel as well. Nice hold from Yo. But he's not out of trouble yet. This is still a very nice castle position for Sebastian, locking down this area. And now is when the Navy should always be better for the Saracens. Ooh, nice find there from Yo as well, sniping the bombard cannon. Now, the Navy should be better for the Saracens, but, like, there's a lot of position here that Yo has gained on water. You don't see heavy demo every day. Let's go. Boom. Did absolutely nothing, actually. So, Yo is to be very careful not to build too much from the near the shoreline, if this is how this game is going. Or he just needs to never give up water. I mean, he is Byzantines after all. Dramans and fires, but Demo lands. Demo can land again. This is the perfect combo. But Yo has a lot of docks there. Yo's got like 6 docks. Sebastian only has 3. Did Sebastian lose his bombard cannon over here? No, he did not. So he has his bombard cannon here. Doesn't actually have a siege workshop anymore. Yo needs to really be careful with these Trebs, though. I don't think Yo is realizing, but maybe he'll realize now. I think the camels will go in there to do the job. But Sebastian noticed that, and Sebastian is prepping a gate there so the camels can't pass through. Yeah, those camels will not do it. But the Trebs are still firing. Look at the resources for Sebastian right now. It feels like that bombard cannon is pathing around when he doesn't want it to. Like, he's definitely clicked it on that Treb, and the bombard cannon says, my brain is as small as my body, so I'm going to go that way. That's not what Sebastian wanted. He wanted the bomber cannon to go right back where it was. Desperately repairing. And the castle goes down. Yo's got great castle positions at the moment. And now that the castle is down, the camels can actually get in close. And there's not many Mamelukes there to defend. Yo loses a trep, but Yo will take the cannon. There is now also a cannon galleon there from Sebastian. And just massive fights on water. Sebastian and Yo may be at risk of overbooming here. 150 villagers for Sebastian with 20 more in queue. So that's an overboom. And then Yo is 150 vills with 2 more in queue. They just haven't hit their population cap yet, so they aren't realizing just how much pop they're working with. But in a 200 population game, you really need to have at least 50 army population available. Yo is finally building some military buildings on this side. Look how open this is right now. So this is the first time at like the highest level I've seen a Shoals game be like this. So last year, I probably watched and played like 30, 50 plus Shoals games in training for Titans League season, just watching players train and practicing with them. And we had multiple games go over 2 hours to actually run out of gold. We're 40 minutes into this. There's still 40,000 gold. We had games where it was like this. One player has one side, one player has the other, and it goes till no gold. That could happen here with the way the game is set up. Now, I kind of prefer Yo's position and that he has castles over here. But I prefer Sebastian's army, I think. Sebastian did stop queuing vills, by the way, and he's lost some. And Sebastian still has the cannon galleon here. And Sebastian's camels are expensive, but they are much stronger than the Byzantine camels. 170 HP against 120 HP. Camel wars are not even close right now. They're just cost effective for Byzantines. That would be it. And a castle here from Sebastian. Like, Yo's trying to build up a bit of a force here, but I'm not really sure that he has it. His trebs are exposed. He's out cameled right now. And his castle's about to fall here, so he could also lose this castle. All this eco could be exposed. So Yo needs something. And so Yo, realizing it's slipping away, he's going to try and push this direction. He can't do it. The camels are thicker. The camels are stronger. The camels are... they have more attack. The Saracen camels are the superior camel. And what you would need here if you're Yo, I think, is you need barracks. I think you need to have halbs. He was planning for hand cannons, which maybe when he built the buildings 2 minutes ago, when he placed those buildings, it made sense. Now it's not looking good. This castle's not looking good. And Yo now struggling a little bit. But he is coming back on water. The cannon galleon's still in there. Yo would love to get a snipe on that. I don't think he will. Look at that from Sebastian. I believe that was intentionally microed. Like, he knew that castle was going to kill that fire, and he wanted to get the perfect value from it. That's crazy that he's able to look at that. Yeah, right there. Uses it on the fires. Sebastian wants to put an end to this corner. So we'll drop a castle there. He actually deleted it, so he placed it a bit further back. Yo now has a push coming here, though. It feels weird, but I think if Yo deletes 30 vills right now, that's his best chance. And I say that because he's not going to win comp-wise. But you could win with momentum and numbers. And right now, he needs population space. Now, you don't want to delete the gold miners, but maybe delete some lumberjacks. Yo dropping blacksmiths in the back for upgrades. And there's pikemen. But yeah, this corner's completely lost. And if this corner's lost, Sebastian could... and if he can run into this main farming eco, like, all that eco's dead. Yo needs a push here now. Sebastian also would benefit from deleting some vills here, I think. Because he can't make trebs right now. He queued them up and set them onto the castle, but he just cannot produce them. More vills will come this way for stone. I think there's an argument to just leave here with your camels. I don't know if you need your camels here. You need your camels here. Sebastian could start to lose his main base here. There are some camels into the back. Yo's getting as many upgrades as he can. Halb switch is going to come in. He doesn't really have the wood for the barracks, but he's dropping them here now. Yeah, I don't know what Yo would delete. He needs wood. He needs food. He doesn't have that much gold banked. So, yeah, he needs his pop. But the point still stands. Yo is not... Unless Halb comes into the picture, Yo is really not winning this based on the strength of the units. And did Sebastian just snipe the bombard cannon with that? He did. And now it's the Great Camel Raid. Oh, my God. Say goodbye to the Vils. Say goodbye to the Vils. Well, we wanted Yo to get lose pop space. Or gain pop space. He's going to get it. Sebastian's going to delete the Vils for him. Cannon Galleon and Trebs are still firing on this castle. Navy's still protecting with perfect micro from Sebastian. Sebastian's still attempting to hold here, but will lose some ground. But Yo does not have the Halb numbers out, man. This is horrible for him. And look at the amount on food and wood in these moments. He might not even be able to produce the amount of Halbs to stop this number of camels. This is a devastating raid. And meanwhile, I think Yo lost his Trebs here to the camels from Sebastian. And Sebastian is just insane. He's so well-rounded. He can play any setting extremely well. And look at him click that bomber cannon as well. This is not luck. Like, the units aren't doing that. It's just amazing what he's able to do. It's truly unbelievable. And I think Yo is in big trouble now. His gold will be raided. The damage was already done in the farming eco. There's nothing Yo can do to really protect this castle. With Trebs and a Cannon Galleon, that's gone. And Sebastian still somehow holding some semblance of control here. He will. I say that as he's losing his Vils. But, I mean, Yo can't push this. Yo can't push this. He'll lose his camels. Sebastian will finish the castle. We even have counterweights coming in for the trebuchets now from Sebastian. This is just an absolute wasteland. Yo has lost 100 Vils. He lost his castles. He'll lose another bombard cannon. The hand cannons can be in next. Yo does have some fires here. Must have sniped the Cannon Galleon. But it feels as though maybe the losses he's taken a little too big to recover from here. Sebastian now able to think pretty clearly. I mean, it's tough to make all these decisions properly when it's really intense and close. But now, when you're this far ahead, you can do anything you need. And Sebastian, undefeated so far, Titans League Season 4, up 2-0 over Yo. He's just played this so strong here. I think there was that moment where Yo was faster to Imp, right? Like, Yo was way faster to Imp. I think it was maybe a 2-minute difference. Could have been more than that. Yeah, about 2.5. And that's where Byzantines can shine so well, right? They could shine in the Trebor, which Yo was able to do. Yo pushed back 2 castles from Sebastian. They could shine with the fast fires, which Yo was able to do. But he never quite had enough to break Sebastian in any position, right? And almost in the forefront of Sebastian's mind in early Castle Age was maybe just the fact that if you keep Galleon in the middle with Saracens here, that the water can benefit you so much. He used the Cannon Galleons and the Galleons in so many good fights. This castle as well was really smart to protect. And, I mean, his eco was so good this game. I know he did have 3 more relics. Maybe he took the side that had a few more relics, but look at the difference in the macro. That's crazy. Like, 3K more wood, 5K more food, 2K more gold, and then 1,500 more stone. And you know, what's crazy is, too, the fights are insane. Like, the tiny little micro moments were absolutely ridiculous. Sebastian looking incredible right now. And better than I expected. I expected incredible. I expected Sebastian hype, but what we're seeing against Yo here today is just another example of it. Super well played. Now, I do think Yo, there were a couple instances where you could look at it and say maybe that was a mistake. Like hand cannons on this side, but he committed to the ranges and the hand cannons before he knew how seriously Sebastian was committing to camels. Sebastian's camels just did so much here. What's actually the difference? Yeah, 90 camels versus 100. And even look at the amount of fires Yo made. Yo made 82 fires this game. It was only 48 galleons, but the galleons just got so much value this game. I guess these galleons didn't because there's only 7 kills, but... So now, It's 2-0 for Sebastian. Yo's home map is out of the window. We now go to Sebastian's home map. So absolutely insane level here from Sebastian. And let's see if he can keep that up and get the sweep. So far undefeated in Titans League Season 4. Remember, you play everyone in the round and a play all 3. It's $40 per win. So far, Sebastian's living like a king. But then also it affects your placement in the group. So if you end up being first place in the group, then you end up moving immediately into a quarterfinal once the playoffs begin. If you're second and third place, you still go playoffs. But you'll be in a round of 12 series. So we've got Huns from Yo. Another comfort pick for him, but unlike the Celts in game number 1, I think this is a pick that just feels very reasonable on a map like this, as the map is very open and aggressive. And then we have Magyars for Sebastian. Magyars, also very natural. There's 100 deer on the map, so Mongols were banned out, and like any civ that can really benefit from the hunt should be. And I would expect scouts and spears and crazy army here. But, you know, listen, if Yo wins this game, he's got 3 wins from potential 6, but he's also played... He already played Sebastian. He played Sebastian, he played Dragonstar. Would have Doubt, would have Margugu. It would have Leary waiting. There's still crazy opponents, but... Yo gets swept here. Things get very interesting. Like, Doubt is super in need of victories. Margugu is super in need of victories. Like, and I would imagine they're probably going to get them as well. Margugu has pretty decent history of getting, like, well, not pretty decent history. That one time Margugu won a 1v1 against Yo on Nomad, I remember. And that's because Margugu never stops talking about it. And then Doubt and Yo, I think, are usually pretty even as well, so... I think they're probably just going to push deer nonstop. I'm curious, though, on if Yo will take advantage of the swamp. Because we've got... So this swamp, right? 60% of it can be traversed by land units. So there's this little inner circle of water where ships could be safe. So some people, they won't go for the dock because they're just like, I'm going to make scouts and spears and kill their fish. But usually the players who win on this map, I see they do incorporate the water into their Dark Age. It's interesting, too. Magyars don't have an eco bonus that can actually help them do that. Huns don't spend wood on houses. So if any civ's going to be more flexible there to build the dock, it would be the Huns. But Yo's not going to do it. He says, nope, not for me. I'm just going to go scouts here. Scouts. Normally on Arabia, you'd say walls, but this map's really hard to wall. So I think this is going to be usually the player who's greediest on this map and who tries to wall or doesn't make a lot of army usually struggles a lot. So for those that are obsessed with scouts, I think this is probably the map for you. Okay, lots of names to get to. I'm going to get through it, all right? Fear of the Dark Age. Thank you for the 14 months. How do you ever play, though? Oh, you're an Empire Wars person. That's probably it, right? Thank you for the 14. Thank you, Awkward Crowd, for the Prime. We have Protagonist with the 18 months. Jaron with the 2 years. Thank you very much. Mr. Junior Hope, thanks for the 34. Bramwell, thanks for the 42. Alpha Crit, thanks for the 14. Up 312, Suspicious Fish, and Real Johnsy. You guys are all legends. Thank you, guys. Support's been great so far. And as I said earlier in the stream, but we have more people here now, we'll have some sub goals. We'll have different sub goals for the stream coming soon. If you guys have ideas of things that would be good for a sub goal, like certain type of content, or I don't know, something that would maybe be a little embarrassing or something for content, feel free to give ideas. I already have plenty of ideas myself, but of course, always looking for more. So, Hot Tub? Dude, I'm not going to put Hot Tub on the sub goal. Are you kidding me? If we get 25 subs within the next 2 minutes, I'll do Hot Tub. That's that sub goal. How's that? That's not that bad. That's pretty reasonable, I think. A voice changer? No, let's not get super weird. I'm serious. 25 subs in the next 2 minutes? I'll do Hot Tub. People on YouTube will be scarred. We'll do it. That's fine. Pokemon? Ugh. Okay, there are some other good ideas. All right, this is good. Wow, now people are actually subscribing? What? This got 4 new subs? Do I have to keep track? This is what it takes? You guys have all been just sitting there? Like, this isn't quite good enough, but now I want to see him in a hot tub? All right, well. I guess I shouldn't be proud of my casting anymore. So Yo sees the dock in the middle. Oh my god, we have a bunch of gifted subs now. I said 250, right? Not 25. I'm pretty sure I said 250. You guys can go back and listen to it. We're getting there. We're getting there. Spears on the way. Spears on the way. Intense moment here. And for now, fishing ships are just kind of hanging out in the middle area. And scouts and spears lurking around here from Yo. Sebastian is going to make a fire galley. And Yo comes forward to contest the fish now with some more fires. Yo, thank you, everybody. I promise I will be a man of my word. But not when scouts are dying. Not when spears are out. This is an intense game here, okay? I will be a man of my word. I promise you. And I see you. And I appreciate you all. And I also am so kind of offended as well that it took this. That it took this. But you know what? We take what we can get. How's this coming up from Sebastian in a bit of a panic? Neither player's fully mining gold. Sebastian just shifted a couple of vills to gold, but they won't be able to make that next fire galley. So far, Sebastian has benefited a bit with res collected based on the fishing ships being out. And now Yo hops out with a fire. But I think Yo... Actually, that's pretty interesting. Okay, I was just going to say Yo's going to lose the fire. He didn't move it to the middle, so Yo loses the fire. He was too busy looking at all of this. Again, Yo wasn't on gold immediately, so he can't make another fire for now, so Sebastian's still able to fish. Nice army control from Sebastian. This is his home map, remember. Game number 2 was Yo's home map. Game number 1 was a neutral map. So in a series that has already been so strong from Sebastian, he's certainly showing the confidence here. Wow, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Respect. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. Yo is just struggling to keep up with Sebastian here. 3-0 KD for Sebastian so far. And we've all been there, right? All the Hun lovers out there know how tough it is in these instances when you can't house wall. You have to palisade wall everything, which means you have to be perfectly precise. And if you're not perfectly precise, your villagers get slaughtered. She's dead. Idle time for Yo. And Sebastian now making fire galley number 2. Behind this, Sebastian's been taking hunt. He's been farming, but we haven't been looking there. We've just been looking at Yo's base. Because Sebastian. Now, Yo is making a demo right now. I think the fish becomes less and less important long term. But the demo could be huge on scouts if the scouts run in there. Yo's also pretty much defended himself with spears and walls right now. So he's counterattacking. And I think Sebastian's like, where is he right now? You could tell. Look at the recognition to click Town Watch knowing that he needs that extra vision. Now, Yo never found Sebastian this whole game. He was just pushing deer in Dark Age. So he didn't actually know where Sebastian was until this very moment. Which is actually very lucky. He could have not ended up here. Sebastian has his scouts around. He's also got some spears around. And Yo will aim to snipe the spearman here. But there are scouts here from Sebastian. And Yo, oh man, things are going wrong for him. I think maybe he looked at the middle. I'm not sure exactly what just happened. But his scouts just kind of like ran right into the spears and right into the scouts from Sebastian. And Sebastian has forging, right? He's Magyars. A little regrouping there on Yo's scouts wasn't great either. Now, Yo is going to bait him into this demo, I guarantee. That's the play. Will Sebastian recognize it? Will Sebastian recognize it? There's a flag on that dock, Sebastian. He's spreading out his scouts. Don't go near that dock. It cannot be trusted. It cannot be trusted. He knows that's a demo. He knows there's a demo in there. I mean, Yo, wise to be patient with it. Yo does land the demo in the end. That could have been horrible for Sebastian. But back to my point from earlier, I really don't think losing fish at this point is that big of an issue. You gained what you could from the fish. There's not a lot left in there. And now it's all about everything else. And guys, Yo almost seems to be wanting to go fast castle or not fast castle, but being greedy to go to castle age here. He stopped scout productions. He never went for a single blacksmith upgrade. And Sebastian's like, this is jungle swamp, man. This is jungle swamp. I'm making army. He's got 12 scouts out in the field. Not all of them are here. Archers with fletching now. He's destroying the lumber camp. Yo can't save these vills. He's not going to have the time because he couldn't build the tower. Because if he built the tower, the lumber camp wouldn't be repaired. All these vills are dead. Every single one is dead. Also, Sebastian scouts will contest and kill the fire. And Yo is just like, man, I got to hope now that I can get to castle age and somehow survive here. But I just don't see how. I mean, he can't take wood beyond these couple straggler trees. The tower doesn't really even protect much. Like, he's just completely stomped here, right? These vills get stuck. They get blocked off. Those vills are dead. Who cares about the middle now? Sebastian's eco's looking great. Like, Sebastian will know that Yo is up. I think Yo actually can't go cav archers. He used to try and go knights. Because you have food, and then you have gold. Sebastian's currently thinking that Yo is, like, sneakily taking wood somewhere. He's not. He's taking the straggler trees, but that's it. He's got 80 wood left on that tree. And Sebastian's castle age time is still going to be more than fine. He's obviously stopped production. He could just still snipe villagers in any of the far farms. So there you go. Sebastian about to win 3-0 again. Again, man. 3-0ing Margugu, or sorry, 3-0ing Doubt was maybe one thing. I think 3-0ing Doubt is an amazing achievement. Like, we shouldn't understate that. Doubt has been amongst the top for so long for good reason. But to do it now to Yo as well is just so good, man. He's so ready for this. He read Yo like a book with certain strats. He's outplayed Yo, and he just has the feeling of he feels like he can do no wrong. Yo doesn't know what to do. Yo makes it to Castle Age. Yo has 26 vills. He's making cav archers from 2 ranges, but he has no wood. Where's the wood, please, taunt when you need it? His no wood. His vills are inside the TC right now. That's it. He can only make 2 cav archers. And now he can't make a lumber camp. He actually can't make a lumber camp. This is insane. This is where I wish I had, like, a certain sponsor, and I could be like, if you are having wood problems like Yo, you could use the T90 promo code to help with your wood, But haven't gone that direction with the sponsors for Titans League. Also not sure if Microsoft would be fully on board with that. I don't know. But here we go. Counterattack from Yo, and he resigns. Sebastian's an absolute beast. He's an absolute beast. Any questions that you may have had about Yo's game performance here, I think stems back to how the first 2 games went. Yo went for something extreme because I think after getting beat the first 2 games, he felt like he couldn't have his normal adaptive play against this player. Sebastian, 6-0 so far. He played... Every map that we saw here was very different, right? We had the super hybrid approach of evacuation where you had a combo of like land units and water and everything was needed, transition all the way towards him. We then had shoals, which I guess was maybe similar to that description, but still a bit more boomy, less active, more late game. Then we had just full-on Arabia style almost, and Sebastian just won each and every game. 3-0, Sebastian's killing it so far in TTL. So Yo has 2 wins of a potential 6 to start off Season 4. That is actually very worrying for Yo. The only thing that could be a positive for Yo is that Sebastian may do this to other players. So Yo will be hoping for that. That way other players don't have a great scoreline either. But there, The resources collected for Sebastian. There's the KD. I mean, the KD would have been so much worse if this game actually continued. Sebastian had crazy resources. But yeah, it's just so good. So good. Okay. Okay. So, couple things here. First off, I want to show update on the standings on Liquipedia. And then we won't maybe include this for YouTube because we want to encourage people to show up to the stream. But then I did say something about a hot tub. So just give me a second. See if Liquipedia actually updates. If it doesn't update, it's. I mean, there hasn't been that many sets. You guys can figure it out. So it'll be Sebastian at the top. Sebastian with 6 wins. Yo is going to be near the bottom with 2, depending on what happens with Dragonstar, Doubt, and Margugu. Other sets to happen, Leary Doubt. Leary Doubt is this round, and then Margugu Dragonstar's this round. We'll see those over the next couple days. We will not see those sets today, but amazing position for Sebastian to be in. All right. What a big series we have here. Oh, hold on. Flags. I'm just going to make it say Mr. Yo here because, you know, I don't know what the rest of his name means. Flags. Hardy, don't put this in the YouTube video. Make it look nice, Hardy. Make it look nice. Don't put this in the YouTube video, okay? Don't put it on YouTube. Okay, we're good now. I should have done this before.